As Americans approached the end of World War II, they were not aware of the full extent to which the war would transform their country. The summer of 1945 saw the beginning of a new America, one that we live in today. Several seeds of change were sown during this period, and close examination of this time reveals them. These include the founding of McDonald's by two brothers in California, the construction of Levittown, the start of Jackie Robinson's baseball career, and the rise of Marilyn Monroe to fame. Technological advancements made during this time also shaped the future, such as the development of the electronic numerical integrator and computer, which marked the beginning of digital communication. The war demanded significant innovation and experimentation, leading to a production miracle that enabled America to manufacture more weapons than its enemies combined. The Office of Scientific Research and Development was instrumental in coordinating the scientists and engineers that produced many valuable weapons, such as radar and long-range bombers. Annual federal spending on research and development increased by over 20 times during this time, leading to the development of medical breakthroughs such as streptomycin and penicillin. These medical advances allowed the treatment of various battle wounds and blood poisoning. Wartime shortages led to the development of various products such as plastics, frozen foods, and microfilm. However, the war also raised some critical issues that would come to light in the years to come, such as the internment of Japanese Americans living in the Pacific Coast states. The internment was the largest single violation of civil rights in the United States history, and it was motivated by racism, war hysteria, and political expediency. For years, this outrage was all but forgotten, but it was not until the 1980s that the government formally apologized and paid reparations to surviving internees and their families. The war also marked a turning point in the struggle for civil rights for African Americans, whose service in uniform belied the segregation and discrimination they endured at home. In July 1948, President Harry S. Truman signed an executive order banning racial segregation in the armed forces. Although the services remained unequal for years, the order set a precedent for desegregation in all walks of American life. But the end of the war did not bring peace or prosperity for all Americans. Returning veterans faced the challenge of rebuilding their lives, and many found themselves shut out of the new opportunities the war had created. Minorities, women, and the poor found themselves relegated to the margins of society, struggling to gain a foothold in a post-war world that seemed to have little use for them. But for all its shortcomings, the war had created a new sense of possibility in America. The challenges it had posed had forced the country to confront its limitations and to push beyond them, and the innovations it had unleashed would transform the world. The war had also created a new sense of unity among Americans, a sense of shared sacrifice and purpose that had transcended the divisions of race, class, and region. As the war drew to a close, a new generation of Americans looked to the future with hope and optimism, eager to build a better world from the ashes of the old. But they would soon discover that the challenges they faced were as great as any their parents had known, and that the road to progress would be long and difficult. Still, they would draw inspiration from the legacy of the war years, and from the knowledge that their parents had faced even greater challenges and had triumphed. For they understood that the war had not only transformed their country, but it also transformed them, shaping them into a new generation of Americans, ready to meet the challenges of the future with courage, creativity, and determination.